Hello everyone, this is Yvette from Polished After 60. I hope you're having a good day. And I thought that in today's topic we'd discuss something that is a little bit more of a serious nature. And that is being a good advocate for yourself. And being a good advocate for yourself means in all aspects of your life, right? In relationships, financially, and if you're still working, because of course, we depend on our salaries or whatever funds we have to live out the remainder of our life. So we need to be careful with that and be an advocate and watch those pennies to make sure that they're there for us in case we need them. We also need to be an advocate when it comes to our health. And sometimes, first of all, as women sometimes, and also women's of a certain generation, we were taught to respect our doctors, which we should, of course, but they're not always right. And we know our bodies more than anyone. So if we're having an issue, we need to, be comfortable in discussing those issues with our doctors. And if they're not helping us resolve those problems, then we need to go outside either for a second opinion or outside to see a specialist, something that will help us determine what the problem is with our health that's giving us grief. Now, I've had to be my own advocate on several occasions. As a young woman, I was experiencing problems, and because I was heavier as a young woman, when I would complain, doctors would sometimes simply think that it was a gastric problem, right? I was eating too much or whatever. It was gastric, and it's not. It isn't what I thought it was. And I continued and started to keep track of my symptoms and when those symptoms occurred. And, I went prepared to my doctor's office and showed him everything in detail for myself. And he then took it more seriously. And it turned out that I had precancerous growths in my uterus. And they ended up having to do a hysterectomy on me at the age of 37. So that could have turned out to be very different if I would not have continued to press on. Also, I've had an issue with sores in my mouth, and I was going to an integrative medicine physician, and she believed in things of a more natural aspect and diet, and then more Western medicine as well. But, she was trying to say that it was problems with my diet. Perhaps I should be eating a gluten-free diet, very many things. And I went on for a long time suffering with the issues. They were sores on the inside of my mouth, and they were very painful. And the problem was that it was mucosal. Any parts of your body where there was mucus substance could be afflicted and could cause sores on other parts of my body. So I started to do research, and I started to go to different doctors. They thought perhaps it was a dental problem. And one of those doctors that I went to see came up with what he thought was the solution, or what was the diagnosis. But then once I had a diagnosis, I could not find any relief. And that went on for a while as well. And I started doing my own research on the problem, and I started knocking on doors and calling doctors and asking them please to try to see if they could help me. And I reached out to a dentist who was so kind, and she took up my cause for me, and she started doing a little bit of research on her own, and she found a dermatologist for me that turned out to be a lifesaver. He knew about the problem, he knew what medications I could take, and my problem was resolved. But it cost me a while and a lot of suffering, needless suffering. So ladies, be an advocate when it comes to your health. And the last thing I had an issue with was with a surgery that I had done. It was supposed to be a simple surgery, and it turned out not to be simple at all. There was a problem when they did the surgery. They nicked some of the nerves, and it caused an autoimmune problem with me, whereby my body thought that even though the surgery was a past injury, my body was still trying to heal itself, and I still have the problem to this day. But they were able to determine what the situation was, because after the surgery, with the help of some of my physical therapists and different doctors that I went to see, they were able to narrow down the diagnosis and finally determine what it was that was happening to me, happening to my body. And then they went about formulating different medications and different therapies that I could do to have a better outcome. So don't let them tell you, if you know your body better than anybody. And, if they don't want to listen to you, if they don't want to pay attention to you, advocate for yourself. Go see a specialist. Go see other doctors. Go online and see, what you think might be the problem. Sometimes you can go like to Mayo Clinic and put in symptoms that you have, and it'll come up with a possible diagnosis. Go to your physician with all the information that you need and present it to them as if it were a case, right? These are the things that are happening to me, and I need you to help me, to be my physician and to do what's right by me so that you don't have to suffer, right? So anyway, ladies, I know this is a little bit of a heavy topic, but we all have to go through it in life, especially as we get older, because we start having, issues as we age. So be an advocate for yourself, and also be an advocate for people that you love, the young women that are growing up around your household that may be experiencing problems and aren't being listened to. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Have a wonderful day. If these are topics that you think you're interested, please consider subscribing to my channel. And again, I hope you have a good day. Thank you.